Hello everyone. So I am on my fire journey and I just wanted to show you I'm on a road trip. It's a 4-hour drive road trip and I'm driving my 1996 Mazda Miata and I have 254,000 miles on this car. And it's still going strong, and it's about 95 degrees outside right now, and my AC is working great, so that's a good thing. Anyone who's thinking about buying a newer car or a new car, I want to discourage you from buying a new car. And hold on to your old car. As long as you maintain your car and as long as they keep making parts for your car, it's going to keep driving. And I keep my car pretty well maintained and, well, at least under the hood. On the outside, it's not very well maintained. I need a paint job, but what matters to me most is what is under the hood and that I have good tires and brakes. And speaking of maintenance, even if you have a newer car, you're still going to have to maintain that car. Your maintenance repairs are going to cost just as much as maintaining an older car. And actually, my mechanic tells me all the time, keep my old car. My mechanic will tell me how much my repair would have cost if I had a newer car. And it's usually hundreds of dollars more for the same type of repair on a newer car. And when you have an older car, you don't have all of these gadgets that can break down on you or electronics that can go out. And I pretty much, what I maintain on my car, it's just the basics. I've had this car for probably around 13 years or so, and the only repairs that I basically have to do on this car are just typical maintenance. You know, the battery, if I ever have battery problems, I just put in a new battery. I don't waste my time recharging it. Tires, brakes, oil changes, spark plugs, just typical basic maintenance. That's all I do. I just make sure everything is running and everything is in good repair. And my car has been really good to me. Also, when you have an older car, registration is so much cheaper than a newer car. I think my registration on this car is probably around $90-something in California. And insurance is cheaper also than if you have a newer car. So I save a lot of money driving an old car. And I love my car. I'm happy with it. I have a friend who just bought a brand new car and she's making a car payment. It's going to be $405 a month. And, you know, when I look at a brand new car, all I see is just a shiny piece of expensive metal. And my car is paid for. I don't have to make any car payments ever again. I love not having a car payment. I hate making car payments. So I have a friend, she always likes to buy a newer car. And it's because she doesn't want to have to worry about maintenance. And a lot of people are in that frame of mind. Like, I want to get a new car. I don't want to have to worry about the car breaking down. I don't want to have to worry about maintaining the car. But I'm here to tell you, even if you buy a new car, you're still going to have to maintain it. You're still going to have to get brakes done. You're still going to have to get oil changes. There's no way around it. So what's the point? You know, if you buy a brand new car, maybe you could go a little bit longer before getting your first repair. But think about it. If you buy a new car and you have a 5-year loan, well, 5 years is a long time. You are definitely going to be going to the mechanic in 5 years. There's no way around it. Even if you plan to sell your car after it just being a couple years old and then buying another brand new car, you're still going to have to maintain it. The other thing that I like about having an old car is that I don't have to worry about little things. You know, when you have a new car, you're constantly worried about where you park your car. You know, is someone going to scratch it? You know, any little nick or scratch on your car, you freak out over it, or any little ding. But when you have an old car, you just don't stress about things like that. You know, yeah, it's a bummer when someone flings their car door and dings your car. That's not cool. But imagine just having a brand new car right off the lot and you get a scratch on it. You would be freaking out. So it's less stress when you have an older car. Also, I gotta mention, I saved thousands of dollars by not having a car payment and by driving my old car. Thousands of dollars. So what a car is to me is transportation. That's what it comes down to. It's not a status symbol for me at all. I mean, yes, I love my car, but I have bigger goals, bigger than just having a fancy car as a status symbol. And all I care about is getting from one point to another. I don't care what people think about what I drive. I could care less. I mean, over the years, yes, there may have been times where I wished I could be driving up in something nicer, but basically, for the most part, all I need is transportation. Get me from one point to another point. And that's all that matters. A couple of years ago, I did actually go to a car lot and I just wanted to check out the newer Mazda Miata, and I got inside of it and I was like, wow, this is really nice. But all I kept thinking is, I love my Miata. So as far as safety, you know, maybe you feel like you wouldn't feel safe driving an old car because it might break down on the road. All I can say to that is I feel pretty secure because I have additional insurance. I have AAA for towing. So if I ever break down on the side of the road, I just call AAA and they come help me out. And it's really not that big of a deal. And on my coverage, I have 3 tows a year, and I never reach 3 tows in 1 year. In fact, all I probably really need is one tow, and I don't even get a tow every year. I just try to keep my car maintained. And all of the extras that you would get with a new car, I really don't miss them because I've never had them, and I've made it this far in life without heated seats. I mean, yes, it would be nice to have heated seats, but like I said, I've made it this far through life without them. I can survive without them. And, I don't need a camera to show me where to steer my car when I'm backing into a spot or backing up. All I have to do is look in the rearview mirror. It's really not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. And I don't have electric windows. It's not a big deal to roll my windows up and down manually. All of those extras, you really can live without them. It's not a big deal. Now, if you have an old car and say you do have a big expense, say the transmission goes out, I don't know how much that might cost, maybe $3,000 or I don't know. But my point is this: if you have an emergency fund, you're going to be okay to cover your major expense. So I think the most I've ever paid on a repair might have been under $1,500, maybe for a clutch, which was probably around, I don't know, $1,200 or $1,300. And I get a lot of miles if I have a new clutch put in. It'll keep me going for a long time. So one way I like to look at it too is, say you have an old car and you have a large expense that you're looking at. Say you have a $3,000 repair and you're thinking, you know what, that repair is going to cost more than what my car is worth. My car is only worth $1,000. This is what I say: just pay it. Get it repaired, because it's going to keep on going, and it's a whole lot better than having a car payment for 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 years. I would rather just pay the $3,000, get it fixed, get it back on the road, because it's going to just keep on going for miles and miles to come. People get so freaked out when they have a major car repair. And, just do it. Just get it fixed. However, one time when I was at a mechanic, I was just in shock because there was this really nice looking truck and it was going to cost maybe like $8,000 to repair it, which was just insane. I've never had to have a repair that major. And this was a newer truck too. Something major, I don't know, something with the axle, or I don't remember what part. But, if it's something really expensive like that, then okay, I can understand not paying for it. But if it's something that's going to be $1,000 to $3,000, and even if your car is only worth $1,000, just pay for it. You're gonna keep on going. And look at it this way too. Would you rather pay $3,000 on a repair one time, or would you rather pay $25,000 for a brand new car? I would rather pay the $3,000. That's a whole lot cheaper than paying $25,000 on a brand new car. It's not the end of the world to have a major car repair and to pay for it. And I just encourage everyone, make sure you have an emergency fund. And if you don't have an emergency fund, start saving it up. You know, it's going to be good to have $3,000 in the bank anyway for just in case. So this is my original paint, and I want to hold off on getting my car painted until I reach my F.I.R.E goal. I'm still on this journey, and that's my plan. I will just keep driving it as is, and that's all that matters to me. All right, everyone. So I hope I encouraged you to either hold on to your old car, your old beater, and hold off on buying a newer car.